Hello, we're here with a fresh batch of talented artists.
All eager to meet some fascinating sitters.
It's a brand new series of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the next 10 weeks, some of Britain and Ireland's most accomplished artists will have their skills put to the test.
Under a bit of pressure.
Creating a portrait in only 4 hours.
I've never painted so quick in my life.
Well, I can't go back. I can only go forward.
Lined up to sit for them, a distinguished cast, drawn from very different walks of life.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
So we're allowed to move about and stuff, aren't we?
I mean,
no?
they prefer you not to.
How do you want me?
Comfortable.
Yeah, great.
That's dynamic, I like that.
Shoulders high.
OK. OK, is that good? How does that feel?
Artists, can I ask you, please, to turn your easels?
I'm quite nervous.
Oh, wow. Oh, goodness.
Whoa!
Oh, holy monkeys, Batman.
And at stake is an amazing prize, a £10,000 commission to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges. Independent curator Kathleen Soriano, award-winning artist Tai-Shan Schierenberg, and art historian Kate Bryan.
If I make a mistake, how are you going to notice?
We'll do our best to notice any mistakes, dude.
So, who will have the self-belief?
If you can give me good vibes, let's go. Rory, you're great.
Rory, you're great.
Thank you.
And the staying power?
This is the same struggle that I felt with my self-portrait. Going over things, you know.
Artists.
To get them through to the semi-final.
Anything you found difficult about painting him?
It's the face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands.
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Ah, well, I mean, the face, the hands, and the body in a portrait are not that important. Of the 9 artists vying for glory today, 4 are professional. Teddy Lenner, Alicia France, Shane Berkery, and Araminta Laurie.
I'm really passionate about art. I'm really passionate about portraiture. I suppose I'd like to produce something authentic. All I can do is try and do my best.
And 5 are amateur. Kat Hughes, Tony Robinson, Joseph Dupre, Nicola Cummings, and Denny Waterhouse.
I've watched the programmes for quite a few years now, so it does mean quite a lot being here because it feels like I've achieved something really big.
While the artists settle into their new surroundings, the judges examine the self-portraits that won them a place in today's heat. Judges, we have a wall of intrigue and delight for you this morning. The first one, a bit of an intense gaze looking back at us.
I love an etching, not just for the grubbiness of it, but also I get a sense of the metal that's been used to make it.
From the wispy beard to the lovely lines on the shirt, it's magical.
This next one is not my love child.
We've just got such a big, large head to get into, and you start almost looking at it in an abstract way.
Yeah, I think it's a tour de force in terms of detail without it being photographic. It's
so forlorn, isn't it? I think what is absolutely magical is the way that they've used the drip of the paint to emulate steam on a mirror. It's just so intelligent to kind of break the dimensionality between the artist space and the painting itself.
It feels like we've been watching a film and it's between a couple of frames. I just think the colours are wild, but it works incredibly well. I think it's in the tradition of the ennui, the paintings of boredom.
You get the sense that she's surrounded by her friends, yet she's isolated and lonely somehow.
Now, what's happening here? The mask has slipped, there's some sort of scar on the neck.
It comes from another age, except that the mask
clearly positions it in our time. But I love the restraint of the palette.
I feel so strongly in my bones that this is painted in Australia.
Yes,
And
I do as well.
Yeah, I have no idea
Why?
why. It's so convincing. I love the fact that the artist is silhouetted, and it's just so charming. They've got such a good handle on this cross-hatching, and yet it's matched with this extremely contemporary presentation, not just the pretty unflattering angle, but the way the head is decapitated by the bottom of the page.
This next one reminds me of paintings like The Marriage of Arnolfini. Instead of a globe or a skull, we have a cat and a hot water bottle.
Yeah, the symbolism is just glorious.
But you've got to worry about what an artist can do in a day, because this could have easily taken a year. I mean, it's spectacular.
Well, what a tantalising wall. Let's see what they get up to. With favourite pens and brushes selected, the artists are now ready to meet today's sitters. Artists, with your sitter today, dreams can come true, and the semi-final is not out of reach. Please welcome singer-songwriter Gabrielle. Hello, hello. Have a seat.
Oh, wonderful.
Amazing.
You should have seen the gasp of delight and surprise when your name was mentioned.
After all these decades, thank you.
Are you looking for anything in particular today?
You know something? I'm vain. Just make me look as wonderful as possible, please. I'm just here at your mercy. Whatever you want me to do within reason, I'll do it.
So do whatever you like, just make her look amazing.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
They're going to find a position for you to sit in all day. I'll leave you to it.
Right. Where do you want me?
Okay.
It's not fair that somebody's going to get ahead.
Yeah, if you can face kind of that towards that general
That
direction.
way? Yeah. Is that okay? Oh, that's beautiful.
Artists, this world-famous tattoo artist, television presenter, and former ballerina has amassed a huge social media following, and she is in herself a sort of work of art. Please welcome Grace Neutral. You're very welcome indeed. Now, I know that it was because of an accident when you were at the Royal Ballet that you took up this world. What happened?
I dislocated my hip, so that took me out the running. But then I found the world of tattooing, and that kind of just took over.
It took over you, didn't it?
It did, yeah.
Now, the artists are going to discuss with you how you're going to sit for them.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to them.
Hi, guys. Do you want me to do anything with my hands? Cross my legs?
What would feel natural?
This is kind of a natural pose for me, I guess.
Okay. Artists, your sitter today is an actor whose roles span from the Tudor period in Wolf Hall via the Renaissance with Medici into the 1960s with The Queen's Gambit. But here for you right now is Jacob Fortune-Lloyd. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You have a lot of period drama on your CV, Jacob.
I do.
Out of the three different looks, Tudor, Renaissance, 60s, what was your favourite?
I mean, wearing fur and leather in the summer.
No, but at work I'm talking about.
No, the 60s.
Yeah. Excellent. I will leave you in their capable hands.
Fantastic. So, how would you like me to sit?
Perhaps at this sort of position,
Like
with
this?
the arms on the wrist.
You need to be comfortable because it's going to be 4 hours. So.
Had a second cup of coffee, which is definitely a bad idea when you've had to sit down for 4 hours. OK.
Artists, you have 4 hours to complete your portrait. Good luck, everyone. Your time starts now.
Many artists will have some nerves when it comes to painting a portrait against the clock. But for one, today's 4-hour time limit is something of a luxury.
I paint outdoors quite a bit, so I'm used to painting fairly quickly because of the sun. And I don't usually get a sitter to sit for me if I'm painting a portrait for as long as 4 hours, so this should be a treat for me.
Newcastle-born Tony Robinson is an amateur artist now living in County Wexford, Ireland. His self-portrait was made in Florida when Tony was painting outdoors and came across his reflection in an empty shop window.
Tony, where do you think the essence lies with Jacob?
Well, I'm trying not to get involved in the features too much.
Okay.
While on the one hand, people say with a portrait, you know, catching the essence of the person and all that, I don't really believe in that very much, to be honest.
Okay,
I think
like that. And all that, yes, okay.
if I think of a nose as being a nose or an eye as being an eye, I get bogged down. You're far better to find the shapes, find the abstract, and then you'll have an interesting painting,
Okay.
I think.
It seems to be working for you, so I'll let you get on with it.
All right, thanks.
Gabrielle is one of the best singers that I've ever heard. This is a person who I've been waiting to paint all my life. I mean, it's just incredible. I can't believe that I'm here painting her. I mean, I'm so impressed.
Art teacher Nicola Cummings lives in Harrow in Middlesex. When she's not painting, Nicola likes to sew and is part of a group that has made costumes for the Notting Hill Carnival and the London Olympics.
Nicola, you're off to a flying start. You've given us a 3/4 length figure, the background's already filled in. And are you pleased with your sitter?
I'm very pleased with my sitter.
She's got a nice body language, hasn't she? Gabrielle's really holding herself.
Yeah, I normally do kind of quite close up.
Yeah.
Because we've got this wonderful, sensuous black fabric, let's use it and paint it as well.
Well, it's a really good-looking start.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can I ask, are your eyes tattooed?
Yes, I got my eyes tattooed about 11 years ago.
Wow.
It's a pretty traumatic experience.
Wow.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, I'll probably pass on that one myself. But,
Yeah.
but it makes for a good painting, so...
Thank you very much.
Alicia France is a professional artist who also works part-time as a receptionist. Her old master's-inspired submission was painted on aluminium, which is also her preferred surface today.
So, Alicia, how did you start working with metals?
Well, I started off etching.
So you had enough with scratching into the metal and decided you were going to paint on it instead? What are the things that you have to sort of consider that are different with working on metal?
Obviously, it sits on the surface very differently than the oil paint.
OK.
And I found that the lighter the colour seems to stick better for some reason.
OK.
It can be a bit difficult getting them first layers on.
Well, you've done well in that challenge.
Hopefully.
Shane, it seems to me you have lucked out here. What a fantastic profile that is.
I know. I'm really happy with it.
Did you come with a game plan today?
No, not really. I'm just going to try and be patient and try catch the likeness as best I can. But I do usually take around 2 weeks to complete a painting.
Okay.
So 4 hours is, yeah, it's quite a struggle.
Shane Berkery is a professional artist from Dublin. Working from old family photographs, his art is influenced by his Irish and Japanese heritage. But his submission was based on something a little more contemporary.
I watched this movie called Colour Out of Space.
Right.
Nicolas Cage is in it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. This colour invades this place and things start going a bit mad. So that's what inspired me to use those garish, horrible colours.
Oh, it's a brilliantly bonkers portrait. You've been given some colours today to work with. What do you make of those?
Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out what to do with the background.
OK.
I think it's all a bit brown.
It's very brown.
Yeah. I might try make it less brown.
The artists have been working for almost 1 hour.
You feeling good?
Okay. A few little corrections in the drawing.
Okay.
And I'm trying not to make them too good looking because it's just wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Serve him right.
I'm happy with the composition. How she sat down was very elegant, so I want to capture some of that in the final painting as well. I feel very nervous.
Grace, I think she's a wonderful sitter. I'd like to get as much detail of the tattoos as possible. They're kind of just separate works of art in themselves, aren't they? I'm just hoping it'll look all right, yeah.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, the artists have spent an hour painting sitters Gabrielle, Grace Neutral and Jacob Fortune-Lloyd.
So how are you finding sitting? Very relaxing, I imagine.
Yeah, kind of relaxing, yeah. I'm sweating like crazy. Don't capture that.
Just saying that made me add 5 shine spots on your forehead. For me, portraiture isn't about, you know, making a pretty picture of someone. So I've taken a fisheye photo. I'm going to try and warp his features into something a little bit less statuesque.
20-year-old Kat Hughes from Liverpool is studying for a degree in filmmaking and dreams of becoming a film director. Her self-portrait in acrylic took 40 hours to complete.
Kat, I'm beginning to wonder whether Jacob was just so good-looking that you had to do something weird with his face.
Almost exactly it.
Is it, really?
Yeah, I wanted to put a new spin on his gorgeous chiseled features.
And what are the dangers of the fisheye approach?
Sometimes it can come off as a bit gimmicky.
Okay.
But that's really not what I'm going for.
Well, I love the tension, him sort of gripping that space.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.
Araminta did lots of details. Sorry to talk about you, Grace, in such
right.
like you're an object. But have you painted tattoos before?
I have. I've painted a large hawk moth.
Okay.
But I did have 2 weeks to do that, so...
Okay,
Yeah.
this is a slightly different proposition.
Araminta Laurie studied art history before completing a master's in fine art at Sotheby's Institute. She painted her self-portrait after being inspired by a recent visit to a Rembrandt exhibition.
Your self-portrait is very reduced in tone. Here we have Grace sitting, and there's a whole different sort of colour range.
I love exploring colour, but I don't always paint exactly like the self-portrait. I do start with an earth palette for the skin tones.
At the drawing phase, that's where you are now, is it happening for you?
Yes, I put her at the top because I really love this high ponytail and the sweep of her hair. It really frames her face.
It's a great start. I'll let you carry on.
Thank you very much.
Denny, hello. You're making a beautiful big drawing here, over life size.
This is quite small. Normally I draw about 2 meters big.
So that presumably allows you to have a lot more freedom with the marks that you're making?
So I think the cross-hatching is what I shade it in with and makes the tones even out.
Great. Well, I really love the proportion and the scale already.
Grimsby-born Denny Waterhouse is studying for a degree in drawing at Camberwell College of Arts. She's recently begun taking commissions via social media and hopes to one day become a professional artist.
So your submission was really striking, but pretty brutal.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not the nicest.
I wouldn't portray myself like that, even for the sake of a good picture. So clearly I'm more vain than you. You were using a mirror?
It was from a picture, I think. I wouldn't let anybody see it, but the drawing of it, I was fine.
So obviously you've done something gentler today for Gabrielle, and you really, really filled the page.
Yeah, I probably had a bit of the background subtly.
Great, well, feels like it's going to be an exciting piece.
Thank you.
In this series, the sets take inspiration from the colours found in nature.
Kate, the colours are very rich and very varied today.
We've taken our inspiration today from coastal tide pools. So behind Gabrielle is this beautiful colour to represent kelp. Behind Jacob are the colours that really make us think of the actual rocks inside the rock pools. And then here behind Grace, we've got these extraordinary blue and purple tones, which are mussels.
Jacob, of course, is handsome to a huge extent, so there he is. What do you think of him as a sitter, then?
Well, I think he's a good sitter. He's one of our actors who I think is sort of half Jacob and then half sitting as a character, maybe. I think Gabrielle looks incredible against her set. There's something about, like, her dark clothing and the great lines in her hair against these soft browns.
And, of course, Grace has left her face completely white, which looks wonderful, particularly against a very dark set.
Yeah, and also picking up the kind of blue in the lenses that she's wearing.
I have to correct you.
Oh.
She isn't wearing lenses.
Oh, OK.
Her eyeballs are tattooed.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that extraordinary?
Yeah, they've got a lot to think about, the artists in that section, because it's kind of like art within art. So I've got high hopes for the artists.
Great.
Everything's actually going amazing. From what I can see, everyone's approached it very differently, whether that be going in with a lot of detail or just kind of doing more loose brushstrokes. So it's going to be very interesting.
I'm super excited just because it's a new experience. You know, they're all talented, but just capture my good side, please.
I'm loving it. I've heard some dismay at my, quote, angular face. I hope that it's not too hard to catch. I'll be complaining to my mum later.
Well, first I'll be focusing on the proportions of the face, and then gradually I'll build up each layer of the oils onto that. I'm trying to get as close to life as I can. I want it to be as realistic as possible and to exactly mirror the way that I'm seeing him now.
London-based Teddy Lenner originally trained as a car mechanic before becoming a professional artist. His work combines hyperrealism and surrealism and is influenced by Caravaggio and Salvador Dali.
Teddy, we love your self-portrait. Will you have enough time to make the painting of Jacob as detailed?
Well, for that, self-portrait had a lot longer. I spent 2 months working on my self-portrait, so it's quite different when I come to this painting now.
How much work do you do from the tablet?
I find it better to be looking at Jacob mostly. I've got the exact angle that I want of him there, and I've just got the tablet just occasionally to look at that.
Do you feel competitive?
I'm thinking I'll win. As long as I can get on and quickly add the oil colours, then I've got a chance of winning at least.
OK, we'll let you get on.
Thank you.
Unlike artists working in traditional media, one is completing the drawing stage of a monoprint. He'll need to trace his image, place a clean piece of paper over a perspex plate covered in ink, and follow the lines of his tracing so the paper picks up the pigment.
Joseph, you have chosen the road less travelled.
I have. When I come to the printing stage, it's pretty much done blind because you can't see where you're placing the ink on the page.
Sounds high risk.
Very, very high risk. Because when you're drawing, every pressure you make on the piece of paper will produce an effect. So you end up with a really unique and unusual result, which I quite like. Fingers crossed.
Norwich-based Joseph Dupre works as a GP. He loves to work in different media and spent a day creating his self-portrait etching.
Now, how does this pursuit of yours match with being a doctor?
Well, I managed to work it so that I work sort of 2 or 3 days a week GP, and then the other 2 or 3 days a week I devote to art.
You aren't inclined to say, yes, please come in. Can you just sit there for a minute?
I am occasionally.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's competition.
Yeah, it's going all right so far. The hair's going to be probably the most challenging part because there's so much of it, it's going to take a lot of work to fill it in. Yeah, I've just got to keep going.
I've blocked in the drawing that I'm happy with, then I've moved on to tones. It's not there at the moment, so I'm hoping to get there.
On the left side of the portrait, there's some green that I'm not too happy with. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm calm, yeah? Yeah. I don't know.
Hours have passed since our 9 artists began painting Grace Neutral, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd and Gabrielle.
I want to know what exactly you're using.
Want this?
Yeah, what is it? It looks...
This is just a takeaway container.
That's fantastic.
It's the easiest way to keep the moisture in.
Loving it.
Halfway. How do you feel it's going?
I think every single artist started incredibly well today. So well, in fact, that there were at least 6, I'd say, that I wanted to ask them to stop after the first hour because I was so happy with what I was looking at.
Wow, wonderful.
Well,
OK.
Dangerous.
Let's get into the detail, then. We'll start with Gabrielle's paintings. There's Shane and Denny and Nicola.
I love Denny's cross-hatching, and I love the way that she's so confident in doing it that it becomes just a beautiful tapestry of marks.
But there's also a beautiful expression in Gabrielle's face that Denny's caught. There's humour there, and I think it's lovely.
Shane is doing a very professional job. Yes, I sort of regret the loss of some of those acids that we saw in his self-portrait submission, but he's creating a beautiful profile view of Gabrielle, and I think it's incredibly promising.
Jacob is having his portrait painted by Kat, by Tony and Teddy.
I think Kat's really interesting because she's gone in with the fisheye lens.
Why would you use a fisheye lens?
Well, Jacob's an incredibly handsome fella.
He said jealously.
And it's not just a formula. She's trying to find him through a different medium, and I think it's working.
There's some weird proportions that will come through, and there are dangers in whether or not that will actually work in the finished thing.
Tony's approach was quite traditional. What I'm liking, actually, is now Jacob's becoming an abstract shape, and I love where it is hovering at the moment.
OK. So we've got Grace being painted by Alicia, Joseph and Araminta.
In Alicia's submission, we had this fantastic figure with all of these different fabrics and textures. I would hope we'll see the same sort of lavishly represented depiction of the tattoos as we do maybe with the velvet or the hot water bottle.
I like the way Araminta's interested in shape and form. It's always a slightly enigmatic character she's created around Grace. Of course, at the moment, we see it without any of the tattoos going on. So it'll be interesting to see how that changes the portrait as the afternoon goes on.
I'm a very emotional person, but I think people can see the tattoos and it can completely take over a narrative in their head. To see if they kind of can see past them will be really interesting.
I'm feeling nervous but excited at the same time about the reveal. I'm not going to peek, I'm going to wait, simply because I think that's more fun. I'm patient, patiently waiting.
I think of myself quite often like a kid in grown-up clothing. It'd be interesting to see if it captured a kind of childlikeness behind the eyes. I've heard a lot about fish eye with Kat, which is all very intriguing.
I'm trying to get as much paint on the canvas as I can because I'm very aware of the time. Getting a real sense of emotion from a portrait, I think, is more important than anything else. That's why the eye is the big focus of the middle. And also the seriousness of the expression has kind of swerved it away from being a caricature. Well, I hope it has anyway.
All artists will want to capture their sitter's individual character, but not everyone will look to find it in the face. Tony, what made you decide on that framing?
Athletic sort of guy, and so including the torso and the hands reflects that.
Right. Anything you found difficult about painting him?
The face and the hands, mainly.
Apart from the face and the hands?
Well, the T-shirt wasn't easy either. But...
Oh, well, I mean, you know, the face, the hands and the body in a portrait are not that important.
Joseph, I saw you inking up the Perspex slate.
Yep.
So they're basically ink sitting underneath there.
Yeah, so oil paint and pigment underneath. Whenever I make a mark, it press through onto the second piece of paper under here. Any mark you make with your hand obviously comes through as well, so there's that patchwork of textures, which I quite like.
Well, enjoy it.
Thank you very much.
Alicia, that's a beautiful portrait already.
Thank you.
Do you normally paint on metal?
Yeah, but the thing is, with the dark paint, I don't know why, but it doesn't stick as well.
Oh.
So just keep piling it on.
What's the dab of colour there by her eye? Did you trip and fall on the canvas?
I was like, oh, should I do a background? And then I put the paint on, and I was like, no, I don't want to do it yet.
It's like you're being attacked by a splodge. I'll let you and the splodge get on.
Thank you.
There's just half an hour left, and it's not just the artists spotting areas for improvement.
Shane, what's going on behind the neck? It looks like there's some correcting that you've been trying to do there.
That's the highlight, yeah.
Ah.
Must fix that as well, then.
Yeah, just maybe a little bit of refinement or something?
Yeah.
I'm at the point where I'm adding the light, where the light is coming onto his forehead, how it's glinting off of his hair, and a little bit on his cheekbones and his chin as well. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a little bit tired now.
The day is ticking on. I wouldn't mind a little bit more time on the hands and this ear that's in the shadows at the moment. It needs to be much lighter. There's much to do and not much time either.
After nearly 4 hours of painting, the artists are putting the finishing touches to their portraits of Gabrielle, Jacob Fortune-Lloyd and Grace Neutral.
Just working on the final print, putting in all the extra tone, and we'll see what the final result is.
I'm just adding some background now. Whether I do the whole canvas, I'm not quite sure. I feel like she needs some metal showing for some reason.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
The main thing I'm worried about now is that I do a last-minute correction and it ruins the whole thing.
The moment I reveal my portrait to Gabrielle, I'd feel very, very nervous about it. And I've got my fingers crossed that she feels the way I feel.
Artists, your time is up. Please put down your equipment and stand away from your portraits.
Gabrielle, Grace and Jacob will each be taking one of their portraits home with them, so it's time for the artists to reveal their work. How was your 4 hours?
Oh, you know what? It was incredible. My heart goes out to these amazing artists.
Let's not put it off any longer.
No,
shall we?
let's not do that today.
Okay, all right. Artists, can I please ask you to turn your easels?
I'm scared. Oh, wow. I'm loving the capturing of my hair. Ooh, child, I love this too.
I'm going to stop you there, Gabrielle, because we're going to go and have a closer look.
Okay. It's amazing. Loving the use of the colours there. I'm loving my hair.
And he's picked out the earring. Just
yeah, and
giving you
I
that.
love that. Just little shimmers, and it's beautiful. I could see that there was a section where my hair was, and I thought she's not going to be able to do that in time because the pen looked really fine. So she's super fast and amazing. Wow. You've got so much detail in there. I'm loving the way you've captured the texture of my outfit. Yeah, well done.
OK, it's decision time.
On the basis of the fact that I don't look as old as I really am, I'm going to go with Shane.
Well done, Shane.
Grace, you can relax. I think you were always relaxed, weren't you?
Yeah, I've just been thinking about what I'm going to have for dinner.
You decided?
Yes.
In that case, we can ask the artists to turn their easels round.
I don't know where to look. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. Yeah, I just feel a bit speechless right now. I'm kind of overwhelmed. This is stunning. I entered my 30s a few years ago, and it's really nice to see myself in more of like a womanly way.
Oh, brilliant.
So thank you, I appreciate that. Oh, I just feel like the ultimate boss in this picture, you know? Like I'm just sat on my throne.
That's good.
Waiting to rule. This is truly beautiful. I feel like it kind of plays on my more childlike, naive side. I don't know, it just made me feel really pretty, and I'm very happy that it's me.
And now comes the moment of decision.
Oh, you're all extremely talented, but I think, Araminta, your portrait just speaks to me, so thank you.
Wow. They are all so brilliant. I grew up watching a lot of late 90s, early noughties hip-hop videos. So this is such a dream come true to see a fisheye. I feel like Busta Rhymes. It's so cool.
It's amazing.
Absolutely amazing. I love the broad brushstrokes of it, yeah, and the likeness and the light on the face and the shadow on the other side. It's just so much in it that's interesting. It's so detailed. There's something in the distance, isn't there? Oh my God, that look.
Yes.
It's,
Right.
I'm gonna go with the one that reminds me best of my misspent youth and go with Kat's fisheye.
Well done, Kat.
For our artists, the hardest part is over. But for our judges, it's just beginning.
Teddy's taken the kind of angularity of Jacob and sort of broken it down into these lines.
It's really nice as well to see the range from his self-portrait, that he can do something that's almost more sensitive, more delicate.
Tony's portrait is all about the posture, and it's about the depth you get from the front of the body right back through his shoulders.
There's so much thought in the eyes and the way the hands are positioned. I'm so glad he included the hands.
Kat's fisheye is bonkers.
I think it's really clever that she's able to do something which is typically kind of fun and surreal and give it that seriousness. That's clever.
I love the composition that Nicola determined to go with.
Some bits of the painting have gone a bit flat, which is a pity because the whole thing was much more exuberant early on. Denny's drawing is masterful, and the head has got just this immense volume to it.
I think the composition could have been stronger, but I have absolutely no complaints about these beautiful crosshatches. I think Shane dealt with the view that he had beautifully.
It's a great likeness of Gabrielle, but I do miss that sort of experimental edge that he had in his submission.
I think Araminta has given us this very serene person, but there are hints of something sort of under the surface. And the way in which she's used that sweep of the hair, I think, is really clever.
I think Joseph has caught Grace's spirit. There is a chunkiness to Joseph's print which wasn't true to life.
But I think the tattoos are fantastic, and I think the sense of this kind of punky, rebel spirit comes through.
I love the way in which Alicia has built Grace's face up with the little bits of colour. It's rich, it's luscious.
If it wasn't for the fact that it's covered in tattoos, it could have come out of the Dutch Baroque period.
To help with their decision-making, the judges pare down the artists to a shortlist of 3.
I think one or the other of these two should be here. And actually, the one on the right has more mystery.
I'm feeling like this one lives in a completely different sphere. It
Okay.
doesn't quite live in the sphere that I'm living in at the moment, let's put it that way.
And there's a completeness and weight to these three.
Yeah.
I really like these three.
They're really good three.
Artists, it's been a real pleasure watching each one of you work today. Well done.
It's never easy, but the judges have chosen a shortlist of 3. The first artist is Tony Robinson. The second artist is Araminta Laurie. The third artist to be shortlisted is Kat Hughes.
Oh, it's so sad that I didn't get through. I really enjoyed meeting everybody. And to meet Gabrielle, bonus!
Well, we have 3 from a strong day, it felt, today. So what does Araminta show us today that you don't learn about her from her self-portrait?
The colour palette is so subdued in the submission. And today she's amped up the colours, and I love seeing the way that she allows it to inflect into the hair and then gently into the skin and the shirt.
There are no tricks here. There's no artifice. It's a straight-on, good quality portrait.
Now, Tony, the cynical side of me, there is one. Maybe you can't paint faces and hands and hair. Well, he can.
Yeah.
I have a problem with the likeness. He felt that other things were more interesting to him. But as a whole, it works fabulously.
I find that the hands look like hands from someone who's been in an abattoir.
You think they're dripping with blood?
I know, yes.
Do
Dripping
you?
with blood.
They're dripping with blood.
Yeah.
The hands might not be perfect, but they're important in creating that sense of depth. You know, that's a real challenge for an artist. You know, he had to find that depth in the portrait.
Kat is studying film. She has an eye for a story, doesn't she?
It's like she's directing 2 movies here, and they're both suspense dramas, aren't they? Bordering on a thriller.
Are you telling me it's Psycho?
You have murder on the mind today.
I do.
But no animals, people.
I love what Kat's done today, but how close is it to being a gimmick?
It becomes a gimmick if there are 10 more after this, I would say.
You wouldn't need to watch TV with one of these in the room, would you? You could just let your imagination run.
So, abattoir fingers, Psycho, or cool and interesting? There can be only one.
Araminta, Tony, Kat, you can each be proud of having made it to the final 3. However, there is only one place for the semi-final.
The artists that the judges have selected showed a confident range and a narrative depth across their submission and portrait today. And that artist is Kat Hughes.
What is going on? I usually don't have that much confidence in my art, and the fact that I've got through to the next heat is just, it's like the best feeling ever.
Kat smashed it. I did my best to put her off because we were standing alongside each other, but no, she nailed it, and good luck to her.
I think Kat's work's beautiful, and her self-portrait was just stunningly rendered, so I think well-deserved.
Kat is a brilliant winner. It's so exciting for us to find a young artist who's such a strong storyteller. In her submission, it was all about the cool tones. Today, it was about the fisheye. We really can't wait to see what she produces in the semi-final.
So I'm about to call my mum and tell her the news.
Hello?
I need to book a train to London for next week because I've got through.
Oh my God. Oh, that's amazing.
Are you crying?
Yeah. Oh, I'm so chuffed. Oh, God, I'm bursting.
Hello, we're at the Scottish National Portrait Gallery. We're about to unveil a very special work of art.
It's the prize commission by winning artist Callum Stevenson of world-renowned violinist Nicola Benedetti.
Welcome back. It's Portrait Artist of the Year.
72 artists were chosen from almost 2,000 applicants. They painted a dazzling array of celebrity sitters.
Oh, goodness.
Whoa. How do you want me?
Comfortable.
OK, is that good? How does that feel?
All hoping to become Portrait Artist of the Year.
Callum Stevenson first impressed with his striking depiction of fellow Scot, the actress Kelly MacDonald.
I love the cool, restrained quality to Callum's painting. Actually, the likeness is really spot on for me.
I think it's a very elegant painting.
His portraits of Pink Floyd drummer Nick Mason and legendary actor Barry Humphries kept him in the running. And the tender portrayal of his partner, Kelsey Young, helped him secure the title of Portrait Artist of the Year.
I am almost lost for words because I feel the painting, I don't just see it.
And the winning prize is a £10,000 commission. Callum's sitter, Nicola Benedetti, is an internationally renowned violinist. She has been performing since she was 4 years old. The Benedetti Foundation has inspired thousands of young people to connect to the power of music.
We follow Callum as he sketches,
Perhaps a little subtle smile, just a wee bit.
takes photographs, and paints.
Have you got a plan of action?
Yeah, just paint it.
All part of his biggest challenge yet.
It's time to see the portrait of Nicola Benedetti by Callum Stevenson. Portrait Artist of the Year winner Callum Stevenson lives and works in Bonnybridge, Scotland.
He was always drawing as a wee boy. Quite like this one. That's quite, yeah. At the start of this year, we lost two dear family members, Callum's gran, who was my mum, and his uncle, my brother. His gran was forever talking about him going to be on TV, and she couldn't quite believe it. So I know that she'd be extremely proud of what's happened to him, as are the whole family.
So this was a school competition. I remember we had to design the best Santa sleigh. This was my rendition, the Santa tank, which is covered Santa's basic needs.
Callum is a recent graduate of the Glasgow School of Art.
I've got a studio in my dad's house. It is a complete joy to be able to do painting every day and love what I'm doing. I look forward to it. Sometimes it is a little bit lonely if you're working on something that requires a lot of attention, but I never don't do it. I always bring myself to the studio and crack on with what I'm doing. And I would say it is effectively my life.
It was always a concern that he could make a living out of it and where he would go with it when he came out of uni, but I think he had to give it a chance. I gave him my full support because for me, doing something that you love as a career must be absolutely brilliant.
You know, I used to think that he got his talent mainly from his mum, but I found out just after my father had died that he was quite a bit of an artist as well, so I'd like to think that I've got some input there.
Winning the competition, it really feels like a dream. I've woken up and it didn't actually happen. It's just surreal. The anxious side of me is coming out the more I think about the portrait, which I've still got to do. I've obviously not met Nicola yet, so for me right now it's a scary stage. I want it to be the best painting I've ever done. I don't typically listen to classical music, so I want to get into it because it's such a big part of what I'm going to do with the painting. I want it to resonate.
While Callum is adept at painting portraits, much of his previous work features a collage of images, which create powerful narratives.
I see myself more broadly as a painter. I don't narrow it down to specifically portrait painting. I do urban landscapes, I do collage work. I work with figure a lot, but a lot of the time it doesn't even have the face in it.
I travel to the degree shows in Aberdeen and Dundee every year to look for talent. It's not very often that somebody really stands out for you. I saw Callum's work, really liked it, and immediately connected with me. It preyed on my mind. I could see that he could draw, I could see that he could paint, but it had a little bit more than that. It could communicate with me. I had an emotional response to it. I could tell that he had a story, that he was trying to say something. The paintings were a little bit ominous. They had an element of threat to them that I liked. I would have used the word figurative artist because all the paintings that I saw had figures in them. So they were riot police in France or strange, almost alien-looking doctors doing things to a subject. So not so much a portrait painter as a figurative painter. I offered him a slot in a 3-person show. Callum was only the 3rd artist that I've made that offer to in 20 years of running the gallery.
The Scottish National Portrait Gallery is one of the oldest and most prestigious portrait galleries in the world. Callum is meeting its director to discuss expectations for his winning commission.
So I first visited the Scottish National Portrait Gallery on a school trip. Back then I wasn't too into art. I always enjoyed it, but I'd never considered it something that I could do. I hadn't really been doing my own work. It was mainly observational drawing, things like that, painting from life. The National Portrait Gallery showed me so many interesting artists. Ken Curry, that's the one that stands out to me the most. And I remember being so amazed that that's what art could be. Now, eventually having my painting in that gallery is going to mean a lot to me. It's really exciting and terrifying as well.
Hi.
Hello.
Lovely to meet you. And congratulations as well.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's just completely surreal, and to be somewhere like this as well, phenomenal. It doesn't really get much bigger than this.
Well, that's a very nice way of putting it. We don't intrude too much. The gallery is there to, if you like, nurture the relationship between the painter and the sitter, and think a little bit about expectations, but not to dictate too much.
Do you have any expectations for the painting or the portrait?
We're absolutely thrilled that you're going to be working with this amazing sitter. I mean, Nicola Benedetti is an extraordinary musician. I've been lucky enough to actually see her perform, and it's a very intense and uplifting experience. So if in some way you can convey that, I know that's asking a lot.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a real challenge to capture the kind of emotional side of the music, but I'm going to do my best, of course.
That's fantastic. I mean, she does have this ability to sort of, you listen and she transports you to somewhere else. So if you could just arrange all that, that would be great.
No pressure there.
No pressure at all. So it's great having the opportunity to provide some context. Particularly keen to show you this painting. It's one of the most loved and admired late 18th century portraits in the collection. A great picture by Sir Henry Raeburn of Neil Gow, famous as a brilliant fiddler, composer, and a man who celebrated Scottish music, actually, so it seems entirely appropriate. A different world to the world of Nicola Benedetti, but nonetheless really interesting to think about.
Exactly. The artist has really delivered a kind of trance that the musician has put himself into. There's this unpresent expression he has in his face. It's almost like he's part of the music. You can almost hear it being played.
Would you like to actually go and have a look at the spaces where your portrait will be?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to.
Brilliant. Come this way. This is the modern portrait display, which is where we put on show all the most splendid, recent, new acquisitions for the National Collection. And it's undoubtedly one of the most popular parts of the whole experience of the Scottish National Portrait Gallery as well. So I can give you some idea of the sort of space in which your terrific new portrait of Nicola Benedetti will be eventually hung. Here, a slightly intimidating blank wall.
It's amazing being here, having visited so many times, and it really does make it hit home.
With gallery expectations high and pressure on himself even higher, Callum has come to Surrey to meet Nicola for the first time. She's in rehearsal for a series of London concerts, which begin at Wigmore Hall.
It's quite nerve-wracking until I'm there, and I would say that the biggest challenge is still I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm yet to see everything, and it's kind of like going into the unknown a little bit. I'm not sure what to expect.
Hi, Callum. How are you doing?
How are you?
Oh, thank you so much for coming to visit me.
Yeah, it's really nice to meet you.
Such a pleasure to meet you. I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
About this. I'm kind of nervous myself.
Me too.
This
Amazing.
piano trio has been working together for a very, very long time.
3 days of intensive rehearsals are just beginning.
Nice to meet you.
He's the artist, not the drawing person.
Nicola and acclaimed musicians Leonard Elschenbroch on cello and pianist Alexei Grinyuk have performed as a trio on and off for a decade.
Let's go from that there.
All the time. There's not really melody.
Okay.
This is a variation without a melody.
Okay, go from the beginning then.
Yeah.
Hearing her play was just so much more powerful than I'd imagined. I've been listening to songs, headphones and stuff like that, but it doesn't even do it justice. It's intense. It's such a powerful position, holding the violin under your neck like that. I think it definitely makes me want to use it more. It has to be in it somehow.
I think this sounds better now. You're just presenting the theme.
Is me drawing interfering with your rehearsal or
Not
playing?
remotely.
Okay. I'm not even here.
No, it's not. No, I feel that you're there. There's no question about that. But you have a very focused presence that's really comfortable. I'm like mildly curious as to what's on there. No,
At this stage,
patience,
it's so...
patience. And you're just exploring, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't get too excited.
No. But how much do you think what you're hearing is influencing what you're
massively. That's only
doing?
something
it's
I'm
like
just
creating
realizing.
a whole emotion that you wouldn't.
Well, it's maybe helping.
I hope so.
Yeah. I feel like it's really feeding into what I'm doing. I've been listening to your music while I'm drawing and doing other things recently, but it's 10 times more intense sitting here, and it's really like impacting me and with much more depth. It's kind of interesting, and I don't get the chance to do this ever. So it's really like a unique experience.
Oh.
It is a bit confusing because I'm playing one rhythm, you playing different rhythm, and Lana playing third rhythm. Yeah. But we have to somehow coordinate that. Shall we do it without any kind of rubato at all?
Yes.
Not passion, not passion.
I kind of zone out. It's just about analysing what I'm looking at, and I don't think about it too much. There was so much going on all the time, trying to capture various angles and responding to the movement.
We just play those 2 bars, just you and me?
I took a lot of photos today, so there's a potential for some of them to influence what I'm going to do. I think that's going to change how I start approaching it now that I have something to look at. So this sketch is me responding to the movement.
There's a lot of different states of concentration
Yeah.
and intensity.
Yeah, trying to capture the lightness is really quite different from what I normally do. And I actually have one I'd done last night. I didn't have too much to do last night, so I'd done a little drawing, something a little more similar to what I would normally do. So that's...
Oh my God,
Look,
that's
it's a lot different from this kind of stuff.
Oh, that's incredible.
Just so you're not as worried after you see these. You're
I'm
like,
not worried at all. I'm so fascinated by these because
Yeah.
I think you're trying to find something all the time when you're playing.
Exactly.
And so to have represented in lots of different states, I think even at one time we do feel in a lot of different states.
Yeah.
But where's the most pressure?
The most pressure?
In a process for you, when do you feel the most pressure?
Probably the pressure that I put on myself to make it what I want to see and trying to replicate what I'm seeing in my head or something like that. I find it incredible. It's almost torture sometimes trying to hit that point of what I can see versus what I've created. Well, it was just a complete pleasure to meet Nicola for this first time. It was, you know, more than I'd ever imagined it would have been. It was so easy to get along with her, and yeah, I mean, seeing her perform and all that stuff as well, it was incredible.
He's such a perceptive person and highly, highly intelligent that I have no doubt he'll come up with something that is unique and that only he could produce.
For their second meeting, Nicola and Callum have chosen the spectacular setting of Westminster Abbey. The Abbey has staged every coronation since 1066 and commemorates some of our most celebrated artists, writers and musicians.
This is the first time I've ever been to Westminster Abbey. It's a really impressive building. It's so vast. So I'm meeting Nicola today and I'm going to do a series of iPad drawings, some watercolour painting and hopefully taking a lot of photos as well. A little nervous, but eager to start.
In 2018, the artist David Hockney was commissioned to design a new stained glass window for the Abbey to honour the reign of the Queen.
I'm massively into David Hockney. Over time, he's introduced more and more technology into his practice, and for me, that's really inspiring. As far as I know, David Hockney designed this piece on an iPad before he had it sent over to somewhere who could make the stained glass window. I love the colour that he gets in it, and I know that this piece, especially, he was really concerned about maximising colour, trying to make it special through colour. David Hockney's stained glass window creates quite a contrast between the Abbey that we're in now as well, just that kind of tension between contemporary and old. It's quite refreshing, actually.
The first time I visited Westminster Abbey was when I was 11, and I was asked to play a piece of music by Bach, which is a double violin concerto. I think I was just so overwhelmed by the whole experience and just, you know, making sure I didn't do anything wrong. It was a hugely memorable day.
Hi. How are you doing?
How are you doing? I want to give you a hug.
Yeah,
but...
I would like to. It's really nice to see you.
Lovely to see you again. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm really excited to be in this Abbey. I've never even been here before. Yeah, it's really cool.
Breathtaking, right? I think we're going over this way.
Right, okay, cool. You lead the way.
I'm like showing you around as if I know where I'm going.
Nicola's violin is a Stradivarius and is over 300 years old. Callum has never sketched on an iPad before, but eager to experiment and inspired by David Hockney, he's keen to give it a try.
Nicola's obviously a very lively person and very focused in what she's doing as well. She kind of goes into this like trance state when she's playing the violin and stuff, and so that might come through in the painting, you know. I'll try and capture an element of that, hopefully. I've definitely been listening to a lot more classical music, particularly Nicola's. I'm quite into it. It's good. Even though it's so different from what I normally listen to, you get into it quite quick. Listening to her music is probably going to seep into the work in ways that I don't quite know yet. It'll maybe just happen organically when I'm listening to music, and that's all the time when I'm painting. So that remains to be seen. I'm not sure what it's going to do just yet.
Callum and Nicola have been given exclusive access to the Abbey's attic, where Callum will explore with watercolour and take some photographs. The light through its ornate windows gives him plenty to play with. And the manipulation of light, colour and shape is key to Callum's process.
All right.
Am I allowed to smile?
Yeah, you can smile. It just...
If you smile at me, I'm going to smile back.
Okay, cool. Well... So what was it like practicing all the time when you were younger? Was there a lot of pressure on you? And how old were you when you started doing all that kind of thing as well?
So I was 4, yeah, when I started
4?
playing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Did you start painting at 4?
I probably did.
Yeah. I bet you did.
I don't think I ever stopped. I just, yeah.
You don't remember
I don't
life
remember
before?
it. Do you remember when you were 4?
No, but I don't remember life before playing.
So exactly, yeah. So I can see that you've been like fiddling a little bit with the violin and stuff. Is it at the point where it's maybe like an extension of your body, or is it?
That was good
just
terminology there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, like we were saying, you know, you can't remember life before doing this. I think it's just, it becomes
so natural.
So natural, and it's weird because it's the most unnatural thing in the whole world. Like the way you hold the instrument and stuff is just so awkward and uncomfortable.
Painting with watercolour is going to be a bit of a battle for me. I wouldn't say a likeness is my top priority at this stage. It's about capturing maybe a feeling. So in the past, what were some of the big performances that you've done?
Oh, just one endless treadmill tour,
Right.
basically.
So you obviously have Italian roots, and do you identify as Italian, or is it just fully Scottish, or?
Well, I never grew up learning Italian, and then started studying it when I was 15.
Right.
But the Scots-Italian community, it's vibrant and fairly large and strong, so I would say there's a pride in that particular identity with where the two nations meet.
It's fighting me a little bit because of the upright position, the water's dribbling down.
How bad is it? How bad are you making me look?
Well, yeah, I just mean that, yeah, it could be anyone.
It could be anyone right now, okay,
right
fine.
now. But I'm trying to, like, it's just such a unforgiving, like, medium watercolor, because it just does what it wants, and it's trying to like control that. So it does look like a person.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's
all I was really going for. Anyway. I'll save the skill and the hard work for your portrait, the main one, you know. So, are you ready to see what I've been doing?
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
All right, okay, well, I'm gonna...
You've given me some preemptive.
Yeah, preparing you. Ta-da!
Oh my goodness, I'm pink.
Yeah. I just thought pink was nice.
I feel like I'm giving off a very somber.
I think
Even
the
though
watercolor
I'm
does
even,
that.
it's kind of like the drooping.
It's the weight of all your commitment and stress.
That's about right. Oh, wow.
Perhaps a little subtle smile, just a wee bit. The watercolor was a nice little exercise to loosen up and get to know the surroundings and the figure before I started taking some photos. Could I get like a closed eyes, you know, playing position?
If I put my bow here and then move it a bit up, then...
Yeah, so I'll give you like a...
But stay
I'll
still.
say when.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
That would be great. My first impression of the attic, I was thinking about the lighting straight away. I was like, okay, this is quite intense light, but in a nice way. Just that little bit here. Okay, that should be good. And I think if I have some good material from the day, I'll measure my success on that, really. If I get back and I look at the photos and something jumps out at me like it normally does, then I'm going to be happy.
In London's Belgravia is the house where violinist and musical genius Mozart lived briefly as a child and composed his first symphony. Mozart has long been an inspiration to Nicola, and his former home will be a unique and intimate setting for Callum and Nicola's third and final sitting.
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Come
How
in.
are you?
Very
it's
well,
so
thank
wonderful to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Come in. Hi, come in.
And thank you so much for having us in your
Don't
home.
mention it. Don't mention it.
I mean, this is something for Callum, but particularly for me, being a classical musician. This is plenty special for me.
Excellent, excellent.
So we are in the home that you live, but that Mozart lived for about a year when he was like 7 or 8 years old.
Indeed. This is actually where he composed his first symphony.
And is it something that you think of, the presence of these historic figures? Sorry to ask you such a...
Let's put it like this. I've started learning how to play the piano.
Wow.
Would you like to come
I
inside?
would love to. Thank you so much.
Having concentrated on general shapes and forms in previous sittings, Callum wants to use this sitting to study the details of Nicola's face.
And I'll just take some photos and see how it looks. Okay. Could you slightly turn your head to the right a wee bit as well? Yeah, that's good. So can you just find like a spot kind of up a little bit? Yeah, that's great. All right.
Are there any features on my face that you're like, oh,
No. No.
I don't know how I'm going to get around that.
No, you have a very symmetrical face. And
I really don't.
I'm not that great at painting long hair, or I don't know if I'm... I
But
just
you're
don't
in
do
trouble.
it. I just don't do it often, so I've looked at that a couple of times and I'm like, oh, no, but it's fine.
Have you got a plan of action for the hair?
Yeah, just paint it somehow. Just somehow. Just try.
Texture.
What age were you when you first performed a violin concerto?
I was probably like 13,
Right,
something like that.
Wow.
But there's a massive difference between performing a violin concerto and writing a symphony.
Right, yeah.
Like, massive difference.
Okay. Nicola's lovely, obviously, and I've gotten to know her quite well, so it's natural. It doesn't feel strange or anything. I just paint her and it's fine. She's just so kind, and you feel like she's your best friend. It makes it so much easier to find out about her and also relax when you are doing drawings and paintings and stuff, you know. So did you move to England quite young, or?
10, yeah.
10?
Yeah.
Wow.
To go to a music school.
That must have been really scary at that age as well.
I was so homesick.
Yeah.
Wasn't even that scared, really. I was more excited about being able to learn from this great teacher, but I was homesick, yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
I know. such hardship I had to endure.
Yeah. Apparently I didn't like going to nursery, so...
There you go, it's just the same.
Exactly, the exact same thing.
I just love seeing somebody concentrated on doing something serious. Usually you've got a much more serious face than you do right now because I'm complimenting you.
Yeah, I'm just like...
But,
I feel like
no.
this would be incredibly boring to watch.
No,
It's
not
very,
at
like-
all. I just think it's like watching somebody compose a piece of music. Sometimes I'm moved to tears in a concert or in a rehearsal
Yeah.
or something, and it's not even so much the music, it's the fact that I can imagine the dedication that it took a single person to sit there hours and hours and hours a day in order to create something.
Yep. So I can expect tears at the unveiling then?
I
Is that what you're-
mean,
I'm joking, because that's going to be non-stop.
I'll be like, no, it's not me.
He spent so much time on it.
Oh my God, I'm going to be so nervous
Same.
and excited.
Yeah, I'm going to be freaking out.
You're such a diva. You're such a diva.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, Nicola.
Who is this?
I would like to introduce you to Annabelle,
Who is this beautiful girl? You a fellow violinist?
an aspiring violinist.
We do the same thing, right? We both play violin. Yeah. Yes. I mean, this is meant to be, because you're living in the house of one of the greatest violinists and composers ever, and now you're playing the violin. Do you enjoy playing?
Yeah.
You do? Yeah. It's quite difficult, though, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So, Annabelle, would you possibly like to play us a few notes?
Yeah, which notes?
Any ones you want. You can even just make it up if you want.
Does not sound
Yeah, it is, it is. It's sounding great. Keep going, keep going. Just keep moving. You've just not got that much rosin at the heel. That's it. That's it. Go up. Keep going. Now, and the up bow. Okay, so I'm going to tell you 10 things. Might not be exactly 10. I didn't quite go through it in my mind. First of all, this bow hold is... Never change anything about it. It's absolutely perfect. Number 2, your bow was absolutely straight along the bridge, which is exactly what you want. So that is so good.
It was really lovely to watch Nicola teaching Annabelle. It was just a really nice experience and shows a different side of Nicola that I haven't really seen yet. You know, I've seen her rehearsing and stuff, but this was passing that knowledge on. It was really like a special moment.
So what I'm going to do is just play a piece of music that Mozart wrote for violin, and you never know, you might be playing this one day. What do you think? There you go.
That's good.
Is it okay? Did I do okay? She's like, could have been better.
So I've gathered all this material and each setting has been so different and unique. For me now, it's deciphering everything that I've got and put it into one final image. I think there's going to be a lot of sleepless nights. You know, it's quite a short time frame, so it's going to be really tough. It is just about that one last big task, but I'm eager to just start working on it now. It's, you know, it's the home stretch. I have about, I don't know, maybe 7 different variations of collage that I've got here. This is the first image I made, kind of just taking the basic shapes of the background and the Abbey. This next one was a little more complicated. I was trying to fit in more of the shapes of the window in the background and play around with the other layers of the figure being kind of abstract as well and more colour. I think I've definitely evolved as an artist somewhat. I'd say it's a lot more daring than what I would normally do. It's definitely different. David Hockney said something like, for me, it's all about the colour, and that was massive. I heard that and I was like, I want to do something really colourful, and I was really inspired by that Westminster Abbey trip. Right, so that's quite big. This is like the very first little points that I'm putting down right now. Just trying to get them accurate so that I can build from here. I feel like it can always go wrong. Like, there's nothing to say that it won't go wrong. When I actually start painting, that's when I'm going to be a bit worried because, you know, I've already had that thought that, oh God, halfway through this, I better have like a backup canvas so I can like start again if I have to. There's every chance that it could go south quite quickly when I start putting the paint on the canvas.
The day of the unveiling at the Scottish National Portrait Gallery has finally arrived. After many sleepless nights and a round-the-clock painting marathon, Callum completed and delivered Nicola's portrait in the nick of time. The paint on the canvas is still wet.
It is exciting. I'm really buzzing for everyone to see the painting. I'm also really nervous, like it's so scary. Yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully everyone likes it.
There's a meticulous attention to detail in Callum's portraits, but we saw in his commission of Kelsey just how he can ramp that up to make the most beautiful stories.
I'm very excited and desperate to see what Callum has been up to because I have not seen anything, so it's going to be a complete surprise.
This is Nicola.
Just away. No. The fact that I'm taking part in an event where I don't have to play something incredibly difficult is just such a pleasure for me. I can just relax and enjoy it. I'm so happy that my dad's here with me today and, yeah, excited for Callum.
I'm incredibly excited, but also frightened a bit. You know, Callum's an incredibly young artist, but it's the end of a very long journey we've all had together, and this is the culmination. We're standing in this beautiful building with this fantastic, you know, collection of great portraits, and I can't wait to see what Callum has done, and I'm sure it's going to be perfect here.
There is a very interesting phenomenon, though, about a commission like this, because a brilliant artist is selected, a great subject is selected, they get together, and ultimately it's all down to the chemistry between them. We have to let go, we have to step back, and we're about to see if that chemistry works.
You're very welcome, everyone, and I know you're anticipating this very important moment, but I'm just going to prolong the expectation a moment longer while we find out something about what went into creating it. So, Callum, how long did you work on this painting?
So I had about 16 days, give or take. And
you had longer than 4 hours, though.
Yeah, exactly. That was the main thing.
And what did it feel like being painted while you were playing? Did you have to move around in a particular way?
No, not at all, actually. It was quite a meditative experience for me, having someone who is inside a completely different form of art, but so focused on what they're doing, observing what we're doing, which is making sound. So the combination was actually really comfortable.
Did you see any of the work as it was being painted?
I have seen absolutely nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
So no input, you weren't asked your opinion?
I wasn't, actually.
Right, well, OK, I can't wait any longer. Let's have a look. Time to see the portrait of Nicola Benedetti by our Portrait Artist of the Year, Callum Stevenson.
wonderful, isn't it? Callum, congratulations. But first of all, Nicola, your reaction.
I'm really overwhelmed, actually. I mean, it's just so powerful that yeah, wow, really amazing. Yeah. I'm not being articulate because I'm quite overwhelmed.
I can see that, yeah.
It's so contemporary. It's like a solitary thing to practice and play an instrument, and I think you just have captured that, and the light, and wow, I'm so blown away. I just can't
glad
believe
you
it.
like it.
Lost in music.
I'm speechless.
And the credible colour palette.
Colin, using the stained glass and the sun shining through it, scatters this colour across Nicola's clothing, and that's really a bold choice to do that.
Yeah, completely different from what I'd normally do as well. So I was really, you know, so many times I thought, oh man, I've made like a really audacious decision here, and I feel like it pays off. I'm trying to convey that this kind of other worldly experience. You know, I've seen Nicola play, and I thought, what better way to display that than through the light and, you know, the kind of magic of light and building this figure.
Astonishing piece of work. And I think another round of applause for our Portrait Artist of the Year, Callum Stevenson.
This is not what we were expecting.
Yeah.
I thought, as the curtain opened and I saw the yellow, I thought, this is wrong.
Yeah.
And then, as the whole painting came into view, you took us into a completely different colour harmony. It was really extraordinary sort of shift. It is out there, isn't it?
Oh, it is. Like I said, it was a massive risk. I felt like it was a risk anyway.
It's got such a pitch. It's like the overtones in music. It is miraculous. I mean, it is extraordinary.
Glad you like it.
Total shock, but in a really good way. I mean, really startled, because it's such a strange painting, but on a fantastic level.
Yeah, I mean, it's bold, it's brave, it's loud, but it's also intimate and personal at the same time. And I love the pixelation. It's almost like music notation as well. Yeah. So it's sort of, you feel like the musicality of the brushstrokes as well as they go across. And it feels like it's filled with passion for the pair of you, actually. So, Christopher, we picked you a good winner.
I think it's extraordinary. I don't think it was what any of us were expecting, and so the surprise element is key. And I love the electric colour scheme as well. Very, very dramatic, very arresting, and I think will be really interesting when we think about how we place it in the galleries. It's a picture you actually want to see from a distance and come closer to, and your view of it changes over time, and as you get to know it, I think. Amazing.
It's fantastic, actually. I think it really captures her essence. It makes me wonder what she's playing when I look at it.
It's a massive achievement, and it's quite surreal, actually. It's my wee boy, and he's done all this, and it's been absolutely amazing. For the whole family is delighted for him.
I'm very proud. He's going to go from strength to strength now. And he's young yet. He's got bits to learn as well, I would imagine. So, well done, Callum.
Everything about what he's done surpassed all my expectations. I absolutely love it. And my dad was crying, so that's an excellent sign, because he's been emotional about it. You know, he absolutely loves it. He's taken about 400 photos of it already.
The colours are amazing. I'm really impressed.
Weight off my shoulders. I was just ecstatic when Nicola seen the painting, to see her reaction, and you know, it was a good one. That was all that really mattered to me. And to have a painting in the Scottish National Portrait Gallery is amazing. I can come visit it whenever I want. I mean, that's just brilliant. I would never have imagined that this could have been possible for me. So I'm gonna go and have a good dinner tonight and a couple of beers and yeah, chill out.
Welcome to the show that puts a name to a face.
And then puts that face onto a canvas. Well, our artists do that bit, of course.
And they should be pretty good at it by now. It's the semi-final of Portrait Artist of the Year.
Over the last 8 weeks, we've welcomed over 70 of the UK's best amateur and professional artists, painting the portraits of some of our most well-loved household names.
You should have seen the gasp of delight when your name was mentioned.
Amazing.
Yeah.
After all these decades, thank you.
I want you to make me look younger than Joan.
Whoa!
My goodness, how have you done it in 4 hours?
You've made me look like a Bollywood star from the 70s.
After winning their heats, 8 artists were selected to continue the journey.
I didn't expect this at all. I'm shaking right now. Just really happy. I can't wait till the next stage.
Today, they have their sights set on the final and the chance of a £10,000 prize to paint celebrated violinist Nicola Benedetti for the Scottish National Portrait Gallery.
But first, they'll need to impress our judges.
For me, it's all about risk. Where's the excitement? Where's the edge?
Oh, you play high stakes.
And with just 3 places available, the artists will have to battle it out.
I'm still wrestling.
No, I'm all for wrestling, as long as you win.
Yes.
If they're to be crowned Portrait Artist of the Year.
It's my birthday in a couple of days, so it'd be a brilliant birthday present.
Oh, OK. Nice emotional blackmail. That's good.
Of the 8 artists who won their heats, 3 are amateur: Mark Oliver, Rukiah Johnston and Kat Hughes.
I've been preparing for today by stressing out in my room and avoiding doing any art because it's terrifying. So I'm going to try and challenge myself to come up with something new today, but I still don't know what it is.
And 5 are professional: Callum Stevenson, Gabrielle Cohen, Lucy Threlfall, Christos Samaris, and Sarah Harvey.
Oh, I'm dead excited about today. I went to bed at 9 o'clock last night. I got loads of sleep, and I've had my coffee. I'm ready.
The artists are returning to the familiarity of Battersea Arts Centre, but they're discovering a very different-looking set from the heats.
Wow. Wow, what's that?
I don't know. Is it a gong?
At least it's got some like good light coming off it.
I'm not loving the pink. I think I
No.
might change the pink. Yeah.
I like all the lines, though.
Who's going to strike the gong?
Bong.
Today, we've made the set a bit of a challenge for the artists. Not only is it sort of structurally something to think about, it's also personal to the sitters. So they've got to think about what the set says about who they're painting.
I have no idea what to take from this. It's giving me yoga vibes. So,
We've got 8 fantastic semi-finalists, some a bit out there, some more traditional. So the level of competition is pretty high this year.
The atmosphere is quite serious. It's a bit more intense than the heats. Everyone's very much in their zone.
Now in the semi-final, we want to see consistency, but we also want to see innovation. And that is what today is about, and it's quite a challenge.
Artists, congratulations on making it to the semi-final. I can see you're all itching to get going, so I won't keep you in suspense any longer. Your sitter today is a drummer from one of the most iconic bands of all time. He's performed to vast audiences all around the world and on some of the best-selling albums in the history of music. A total petrol head, he's raced at Le Mans without hitting the wall. You don't have to wish he was here, because he is. Please welcome brilliant musician and co-founder of Pink Floyd, Nick Mason.
Wow.
Welcome. It's your home for the day. You're known principally for two things, I suppose, Nick, being a drummer and racing fast cars, both very high-energy activities. How are you going to find sitting in a chair all day?
Maybe a bit of a challenge.
A lot of nervous energy.
Drummers are well known for fidgeting a lot.
Right. Talk to us about the gong.
Well, it's part of the kit, and we've actually carried the gong on tour with us for nearly 50 years now.
OK. Drummers, of course, are often at the back of the group, you know, sometimes willingly, sometimes reluctantly. How are you going to find being at the focus of these 8 artists today?
Well, I'm hoping I'll enjoy being at the front rather than the back. Yeah, finally, after 50 years.
Right, artists, you have a fantastic sitter, you have a fantastic set, you have 4 hours to paint your portrait. I wish you all good luck. Your time starts now.
Must feel a bit peculiar. It's all pointing at you.
Having shaken off those first-time nerves in the heat, today's artists know the importance of a quick and focused start. But confronted by one of the best drummers in the world, one artist is feeling a little starstruck.
Wow, blown away. I'm 2 yards away from Nick Mason. And it's such a monumental set. Yeah, try not to be too awe-inspired.
Mark Oliver is an award-winning illustrator from Worthing. In both his submission and his portrait of Chris Packham, the judges loved the way he used strong geometric lines and shapes while still remaining faithful to the likeness of the sitter.
Mark, hello. Semi-final day.
Yes, exactly.
How are you feeling?
I'm calming now. Just sort of trying to settle into it.
Yeah.
And,
what did you think when your sitter emerged in front of this extraordinary gong?
An extraordinary man in front of an extraordinary gong, yeah. I love the immediate geometry.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would have gone much bigger, 6 foot by 5 foot.
6 foot is not going to happen in 4 hours.
It's true, but there's so many wonderful things.
Yeah, but I guess you guys show us time and time and time again that you can get gravitas and monumentality in smaller works.
Yeah, I hope so.
Good luck.
Thank you.
The composition I've chosen is very side-on, bang in the middle. I'm working from a photograph, so I'll occasionally have to refer back to life to make sure that things look right. I think I'm quite good at capturing a likeness, normally. Yeah, fingers crossed.
Callum Stevenson is a professional artist from Bonnybridge, Scotland. His heat portrait of actor Kelly MacDonald concentrated solely on the head, winning over the judges with its cool elegance and perfect likeness.
Callum, I sense there's more energy in you today than there was during the heat.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'm going as fast as I can, that's what's happening. Experience from last time tells me I need to be quicker, so...
Where did you find you spent too much time last time?
Probably the drawing, yeah.
OK.
Painting as well, yeah. Everything, actually, yeah. Let's be serious here. Everything. I'm just not sure if I'm going to use the exact colours that we've got before us yet. I'm going to figure that out as the painting goes along, I think.
OK, cool. It certainly is Nick in all his glory, so I'll let you crack on.
Thank you.
Nick, it's great to have you here sitting for us. How does it feel sitting on this platform with a lot of interesting people painting your portrait?
It's rather thrilling, really. I mean, to actually be centre front is terrific.
What are your expectations?
Well, the thing I'm conscious of is that my sort of default face always looks a bit more depressed than I feel. So I'm certainly hoping to see things that I don't recognise in myself immediately.
And some surprises, perhaps?
Well, hopefully.
Revealing Nick's inner character may be the aim for some artists. But portraits of high-profile figures often reference something of their public persona and profession.
So, Gabriella, I'm seeing these two sort of very beautiful Polaroids sitting up on the top of your easel, thinking to myself, you're playing it quite straight. And then I'm seeing on the tablet, you've really gone to town.
Yeah, and obviously hands are very important to a drummer. I wanted them to be up there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I'll try and make it more stylized than realistic.
Wow.
I feel like now's the time to take all the risks.
Gabriella Cohen is a fine art graduate who uses technology to manipulate and add interest to her work. The judges thought her circular portrait of scientist Maggie Adair-Pocock at the Heats showed real promise and was both distinctive and playful.
And we've given you a gift, haven't we? We've given you a circle.
Yeah, I love circles. I thought I'd go bigger for the semi-final. My last two paintings were quite small, so I'm pushing myself to paint on a larger scale.
But seeing your fellow competitors work on the wall, it's quite different from yours.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that that's in my favour.
OK. So does it make you feel that you can be even more extremely Gabriella?
Yeah, I think now is the right time.
Good. Well, be brave. We want to see the best of you.
Me too.
Kat, you have the treasured profile angle here.
Yes, he's got a great nose.
Yeah. Are you a fan of Pink Floyd?
Yeah, my dad drags me to see the Australian Pink Floyd tribute band every year.
Oh, wow.
I texted my dad and he's geeking
He must
out.
be beside himself. If he takes you to a tribute act every year, you've got the real thing in front of you.
He did tell me to call my palette my saucer full of secrets.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dad, for the joke.
20-year-old Kat Hughes is an aspiring filmmaker from Liverpool. Her portrait of actor Jacob Fortune-Lloyd in the Heats used a fisheye lens photograph to distort his features and create tension. But today's sitter calls for a different approach.
It's an interesting contrast, I think, because it's quite a melancholy portrait, but he's this, like, it's rock star car racer.
Yeah.
I want to put a lot of energy into it.
Right.
I also really wanted to show the judges today that I can do things other than the fisheye thing.
OK. How are you finding today?
I feel like it was a strong start, and now I'm just, like, mashing paint onto it and hoping for the best.
Come on, Kat. You've probably still got a few jokes from your dad up your sleeve.
I'll crack him out if I start crying and panicking.
Yeah,
So
in between sobs, you
Yeah.
could throw out your dad's half-baked gags.
The artists are almost an hour into today's semi-final challenge.
So I've kind of drawn on what's here. I'm happy with the composition, and I really like yellow and pink together. I'm just hoping I can pull it off.
The competition is scary. I'm glad I'm not standing next to Christos because he chucks it around a bit. And there's some real intensity here. So it's a real tough competition, I think.
Right now, I think my perfectionism is dragging me back. You know, with most of my artwork, I can chip away at it over months, and right now, only having 4 hours to make a painting is really challenging me.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, our semi-finalists are 1 hour into painting drumming legend Nick Mason.
Lucy, I love the fact you're really going for it. The size of the canvas is big.
Yeah.
There's something very subtle emerging there.
Well, we'll see.
Every now and again, I see you sort of give yourself a little minor pep talk. What are you saying to yourself?
I'm so transparent. I'm just saying, just stop a moment. You know, you've got enough time. I think if you are enjoying your painting, that translates to the viewer. So just relax, relax, relax.
How relaxed are you today? How relaxed can you be at a semi-final?
Yeah.
Lucy Threlfall is a professional artist who studied art history and traditional painting methods in Florence. The judges loved the power in her heat portrait of singer Celeste, but also the clever use of colour and the way she created a sense of melancholy. Are you finding him easy to paint?
He's got a very self-contained air about him, so in a way, it's quite hard to find a way in.
Right.
I'm just sort of going gently. I feel like I don't want any hard lines, or if I go softly, maybe I'll capture him.
Yeah. You're fascinating to talk to, Lucy, because I can feel there's so much going on inside you. You know, you're trying to G yourself up, you're trying to slow yourself down.
It's the artistic temperament.
Don't wear yourself out.
I will.
All of today's artists face decisions about how to respond to what's behind their sitter. And one lucky artist seems to have come prepared.
I'd say I'm quite happy with my choice to use gold foil today. I think it's a nice way of complementing the background that we've been given today. And, you know, it's my style anyway, so it's perfect.
18-year-old Rukiah Johnston is a medical student from London. In her painting of gospel choir conductor Karen Gibson, she used gold leaf and African wax print fabric, conjuring a portrait that perfectly captured the sitter's warmth and luminosity.
Rukiah, how nice to see you again.
Likewise.
Now, I'm looking at what you're drawing there. The background is extremely beautiful.
Thank you.
You've got your fabric here.
Yeah, seeing as it's a pink background, in hindsight, I should have bought more pink fabric, but I managed to find this print here with some pinks in it.
And how do you feel about being in the semi-final?
I think the timing is the only thing that's making it tense for me.
Don't be anxious, you're with friends here.
Yeah, it's true.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So, Ty, it's such a big occasion, the semi-final. We've given them a really iconic figure from an iconic band.
Yeah, I think for all music lovers, a phenomenal sitter to be painting from.
Pink Floyd are a band known for their magnificent light shows, and this is quite an interestingly lit set.
Yes, and I was thinking, if you're at a concert and you think of the drummer at the back on his drum riser, that's exactly how he's lit.
Right.
The lights are coming from behind, and so him being in the shade, just high lit like this, is kind of interesting. We've also used a symphonic gong or cymbal, and if you look through Nick's career, every live show from the 60s to his current band, A Saucer Full of Secrets, he's got that gong behind him. So it's part of his personality.
It's making me want to strip to the waist, oil up, and hit it to announce the beginning of the movie.
Well, when I was asked whether I'd like to come and have my portrait painted, I thought absolutely it'd be a great thing to do, particularly the fact that it's a semi-final, so I'm getting the creme de la creme of the contestants. And, well, I turned down Love Island, and I thought I ought to do something.
I feel a bit lucky. I've got the best position. And I love that light on his head. I hope I can do that. I'm going to take some risks, but calculated risks, not too much. I don't want to repeat what happened last time in the semi-final.
Christos Zimaris made it to the semi-final in 2020, but struggled with proportions in his portrait of Elaine Page. He had similar issues with this year's heat portrait of Emma Dabbery, but caught a great likeness, and the judges were won over by his beautiful colour palette and experimental application of paint.
Now, the one thing that we had some questions about in your heat portrait were the hands and the arms.
Yeah.
I don't know how happy you were with them.
No.
No. So you've given yourself hands and arms again today?
Yes.
So
But this time I'm doing them properly.
OK. And you seem like a very relaxed Christos today.
Yeah, because it started well this time.
OK.
I love the colours. and the background is perfect, and I have a good feeling.
OK, well, you know, you've got a good likeness.
Yes.
All the right elements seem to be there at the moment. Don't mess it up.
Thank you so much.
Artists aren't always happy with the position they're given. So some choose to use a photograph to get the perfect angle.
Sarah, welcome back. How are you feeling?
Feeling good, thank you.
Is this a good position?
I did a side profile last time, and I felt that there is just so much to be said in the eyes, especially of Nick. And I've chosen to do a front-on because from where I'm sitting here, they're kind of quite concealed.
And eyes are important.
They
I always know that
they are important to me.
Because when you paint, there's
I
a
work
lot of...
around them.
You work around
I
them?
work around the eyes.
Professional artist Sarah Harvey is today's only watercolourist. At the Heat, she drew attention to the eyes of model Alexa Chung with a veil of paint, winning praise from the judges for her inventive use of the medium.
I recall when you start laying down the watercolour, it's very loose.
Very. I'm a real believer that something leads you to something else. So
Yeah.
I just leave it to a bit of haphazardness.
Now, how did you feel about the 4 hours in the heat? Is that good for you?
I'd like longer. I do work with layers.
Okay.
So each layer has to dry. Going to get as far as I can through it. And when they say stop, that'll be it.
Okay.
It's risky.
There's a lot to play with. It's going to be exciting. Go on, then.
The artists are reaching the halfway point in today's semi-final challenge.
I was aware that he didn't want to look miserable, so I'm trying to just install a little bit of a smile and quirkiness in there. I'm enjoying it, and that's what I aim to do, so I've won already.
Yeah, a bit of a disaster at the moment. I don't think I'm going to be doing the hands now. The head has just happened to be slightly bigger than I thought. So hopefully I will get through this stage now and then move back to being happy again.
I'm a little bit concerned about how much time's left. I don't even know how much time's left, but I know it's ticking away. I can't paint any faster than this.
Here at Battersea Arts Centre, our artists have been painting music icon Nick Mason for 2 hours.
How's it feeling, Nick? Feeling all right?
Well, I have to say, uncomfortably numb. Thank you.
Today's sitter might be in high spirits, but how do the judges feel about the artist's progress so far?
The semi-final, we're halfway through the day. How are we doing?
It's interesting, the artists today have upped their game, and it's scaring the hell out of me because it's going to make judging incredibly difficult later on.
So let's consider Callum.
Callum's work has just such clarity. It's like looking at a portrait through kind of icy cold water, and yet it still feels characterful.
Callum's portrait refers an awful lot to the computer, but at the same time, there is this sort of space for artistic license that comes in between.
Now, Gabrielle, as always, has taken a rather oblique angle.
Yes, she's innovative, interesting, bonkers, but that's what we expected from Gabrielle.
The portrait of his face is beautiful. Yeah, the hands are strange. And so I'm not entirely sure, but I admire this young artist for their pure imagination and for the way that they conceptualize the work from the very beginning.
Christos, he's been with us before, but it's a powerful painting already, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Christos is the master of melancholia, and he's got a perfect subject and a quite phlegmatic sitter, and he's caught something about the soul of Nick, and it's a wonderful piece of painting.
And of course, he's much more relaxed today. He knew what he was walking into, and I think it's incredibly promising.
And Sarah, she is our watercolourist. How's she doing?
I really like the way that she's playing around with colour, but not doing it in too crazy a fashion. I wonder if she's playing it a bit too safe. I'm wondering if we're going to get any of the kind of flourishes we've seen her do before.
I think she's at that moment where she's got the likeness, and now she's going to think carefully about what are the other elements that I need to really raise my watercolour above everyone else's.
I just want to see the watercolour go a bit reckless. We're like, where's the jeopardy?
Mark's piece is definitely working for me. And of course, you've got all the geometry there, all the circles that move your eye around the portrait so effectively, and he's got a good likeness, so he's off to a really fast start.
Yeah, I was worried about Mark. I didn't really see Nick inhabiting the space, but actually he's gone back in and now the painting makes sense and it's looking great.
So it's the semi-final. The winner will eventually go on to take a commission from a public gallery. So does that enter into your consideration?
Absolutely. I feel like at this point I'm judging in a completely different way because I feel the responsibility of picking someone who can hang in those hallowed halls with the other artists in there.
We've got 8 artists here who are incredible, and, you know, it's everybody's to lose. They could each win this.
You're putting in a very disciplined performance, I have to say.
Well, I was a little anxious, because drummers are notorious for tapping their feet and their hands and so on.
Why a drummer? What drew you to the drums in the first place?
For me, it was because we wanted to start a band when I was really quite young. But one boy had already bought a guitar, so I thought, I'll play the drums.
Isn't that amazing? That's just completely shaped the entire course of your life. That someone else had already bought a guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, incredible.
I might have been Eric Clapton.
Well, you know, there's still time.
Well...
All of today's artists made it this far by creating bold and distinctive portraits. But achieving success under pressure sometimes requires restraint.
Things that prey upon me are self-doubt, and self-doubt tends to manifest itself in overworking things. So I have to step back rather than standing up close and just working and working, hoping that it's going to come. Everything feels like a journey of some sort. It's both inspiring and worrying.
Christos.
Hi.
Sometimes your work, you know, encompasses sort of paint experiments that can become reality and can stay abstract.
Yeah.
And that dynamism is kind of exciting.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
So how do you balance along there?
I'm hesitating to take too many risks at the moment because when you take risks,
It
there's
can
a
go
good chance
horribly wrong.
to go really wrong, yes.
As far as I can tell, it's going well.
Yes.
I'll let you balance, continue balancing.
Thank you.
As they enter the last hour, artists must decide how to refine their portraits. For some, that means adding signature elements. For others, it's about refining the likeness.
Now, Lucy, how do you feel you're getting on now?
I think I've been slightly working from 2 different sources too much.
Right.
Trying to capture an expression I had in a photograph, sort of lost it and found it and lost it. I'm still wrestling, but I don't think wrestling is necessarily a bad thing.
No, I'm all for wrestling, as long as you win.
Yes.
Callum, there's a lot of white there. We've got white hair, we've got a white background, we've got a white jacket, a white shirt. How much white are we going to see at the end of the day?
Well, we're going to have white hair, white collar. I'm struggling a little bit with what I'm going to do when I get to the background. I mean,
But
it
what's
worked
the
for
danger
me.
of leaving it this bright white?
There's a lot of pink in the face. Maybe when I add in the background, it's going to take away from the colours in the face.
Well, it's a big decision to make.
Yeah, and I don't know how long it's going to take me to decide, but it's getting scary.
Sarah, how's it going in Watercolour Corner?
It's all right, you know. It's
Yeah?
not bad.
What's the kind of preparation been for today? Have you had a game plan the last few days?
Well, it's just painty, really.
Painty.
Painty.
Don't get technical on me. I really don't understand this jargon. How tantalisingly close is that final?
It'll be very exciting. And it's my birthday in a couple of days, so it'd be a brilliant birthday present.
Oh, OK. Nice emotional blackmail. That's good.
The artists have just over half an hour left to finish their work.
still got loads left to do, so I'm a bit panicked. I think the hands work well at the top because it kind of reminds me of wings in a way. I don't know. I just think it looks good.
Looking at it now, I'm not quite sure that the fabric I chose goes with the whole piece, but it's stuck now, so I'm just going with it.
Right now, I do not like my portrait. I haven't done as much detail on the face as I would have liked to. I might be able to salvage it. I don't know.
Nick Mason has been posing for almost 4 hours. And after playing it safe all day, one artist is ready to let loose.
Trying to create some texture. I put lots of terps on the painting, and then a bit of water. Then I had to dry it, obviously. Because I can't lift it up, everything would just start running. It's a bit tense at the moment.
I don't feel that I've given him enough form, and those highlights aren't zinging enough. That's for another day, that's another 4 hours.
Artists, you have 5 minutes left.
Not enough time. Am I mad to be using watercolour? I think so. But it's all good fun to live on the edge, isn't it?
Just wished I could have finished, really. But, you know, done what I can. Quite glad it's nearly over.
Artists, your semi-final challenge is over. Please put down your brushes and step away from your portraits. After 4 hours of uncharacteristic stillness, Nick will finally be able to see the finished portraits and choose one of them to take home with him.
Nick, your exposure is over. How has it felt?
I really quite enjoyed it.
4 hours of your life without music or without cars?
Yeah, quite bearable.
Well, we're going to look at all the paintings in one great swathe of art. So, artists, will you turn round your easels, please?
Oh, wow. Extraordinary.
8 different versions of yourself.
It's quite remarkable. It's almost like a family of me. It's extraordinary because it's me and all my favourite things. With the Racing Drivers Club badge, and love the treatment of the gong as well. Amazing. I absolutely recognise myself.
Rather soulful, Nick?
Yeah, slightly wistful. It's terrific.
Bigger, darker?
But jollier. Something of my character that I don't
so.
see very often in pictures. That's a different view of a man I recognise. The gong plays a considerable role, adds to the occasion, the atmosphere of it.
I think people are bound to say, why are the hands where they are?
It's a nice idea because that's very much what I do, and it's a really interesting way of seeing myself. It's a different me to the others. The treatment of the gong adds something to what's going on there. It just adds some atmosphere, I guess. There it goes again, me being overshadowed by my instrument. It's a sort of interpretation almost of the gong. Oh, and it's got my badge in.
Yeah, I made sure to get that little detail in.
It's a good likeness, Nick.
It's a terrific likeness. No, it's lovely.
Thank you.
It's a view of myself that I never see.
I quite like the hint of undress there.
Very, very effective.
The moment of decision has come, Nick.
Well, it's very, very hard. Everyone has something in it that's different. Yep, I think I know what I'd go for.
You made a decision.
Cats.
I was not expecting that at all. The semi-final was a lot more challenging than the heat because it's kind of like the best of the best, so I really tried to push myself to try a new thing. It's just really surprising.
At last, the semi-finalists can unwind with their fellow competitors, and the judges can begin examining today's portraits.
So we have 8 fine portraits of Nick Mason. What do we make of them all?
We had 8 amazing artists this morning, and now, you know, we're even more impressed by them, what they can do under all the horrible pressure we give them.
Let's start with Sarah's watercolour.
I love the sort of trippy, acidic quality in the background. She's quite rigid with it, and then she kind of plays with it, and there's a kind of recklessness that I admire.
And it's a very warm, friendly Nick. I think it's based a lot on the image she took from her phone, which distorts Nick's head slightly. But it's a beautiful painting, and there's no doubt who it is, really.
You gave us a tremendous background today, the colours, the shape of the gong, completely ignored by Callum. Is that a problem?
Yeah, I think Callum is a very sensitive person. Having produced such a sensitive head, I can understand why he thought, actually, I'm going to hold off here.
Callum uses technology and creates something that has a life to it. And also his mark making is really rather poetic. These lovely little squares, the way in which he builds up form is very effective.
Lucy has given us, is it a muddy portrait? Is it overworked?
I do love her colour palette, but fundamentally I think today Lucy had just too much wrestling with the likeness.
I think when it comes too easily, a lot of artists think it can't be right. And so you start working on it to really pin it down, to make it yours. It's full of feeling and atmosphere, but she's lost that painting that she had.
Christos can produce a fine head, can't he?
Yes, it really is. It's incredible to watch him sort of wrestling with himself. And today, I think it's come off.
For me, Christos feels like a controlled explosion. The face is so finely won. And then there's loads of parts of it which are totally bonkers. So that makes Christos really interesting to me, but it's a risky way of painting.
We're often talking about wanting to take portraiture in a new direction. Does Gabriella give us a new direction? And if she does, is it a road you want to travel down?
She hasn't understood that if you put the hands there, the way it is read, it looks like his hands are under stock. So these things she hasn't taken into consideration. But I think she's a really interesting artist.
I gathered from her that in some way it related to his activity as a drummer.
Yes.
I think it's a really interesting head. We've still got that lovely bleached out celluloid feeling. But for me, the hands were a mistake.
Now, this next one is giving me sort of flashback. I was an altar boy, and he's almost like sort of, you know, Jesus in front of Holy Communion or a halo.
Yes.
Is it just me?
It has got a sort of religious undertow to it. I just think the way Mark has constructed this painting is just, everything is masterful, and down to that sort of solemn, thoughtful expression.
I think what's exciting to me is that Mark is an artist who's also experimenting with form, but nothing is at the expense of the pursuit of a great portrait.
What about Rukaila there? Now, she has brought fabric and gold.
And I think she's used the fabric effectively so that we have got that beautiful rhythm that we saw in her self-portrait that gives the picture movement and pace.
But if you just took the head and the gold and the pink background, it's so reduced and understated, but so powerful. I think the fabric is really not that necessary.
So finally we come to Kat, who gave us a profile. She felt like she struggled today. Would you agree with that?
I love Kat's painting of Nick. There's something very sensitive, and I think it's a rather touching portrait.
For me, I guess what I'm missing today from Kat is the idea of her as a storyteller. She definitely made the right decision not to do the fisheye. She embraced the profile, but, you know, is it enough?
Right, well, we have 8 artists. This is the 3rd painting we've got from them now.
Yeah.
So how much weight do you put on today's performance?
I think today is a huge part of it because we were asking them, OK, great, there's no doubt you're a great artist, but what are you going to do today that takes us forward?
For me, it's all about risk. We've certainly got a couple of bankers here, there's no question. But where's the risk? Where's the excitement? Where's the edge?
Oh, you play high stakes.
And let's put this in.
Yeah.
As an alternative.
I have to say that my feeling is that maybe those 2 are not quite up to
this level,
this group here.
I think what these 3 have all managed to capture the sitter, but done it on their own terms.
I also feel that there's a little bit of risk still in there.
Yes, I agree with you. And but 1 out of 3 with a bit of jeopardy, I think it's a nice balance, isn't it?
Lovely.
Yeah.
Artists, it really is something to have got this far in the competition, and we've really enjoyed getting to know you personally throughout the process.
You know the rules, though. Only 3 of you can go through to the final, and the judges have made their decision. The first artist they have chosen is Callum Stevenson. The second finalist is Christos Zimaris. The third finalist is Mark Oliver.
I'm in the final. Yeah, that's wow, that's crazy. Wow. Let that sink in a little bit.
I wasn't expecting that. I was hoping, but it was so strong, the competition. So I wouldn't have been surprised if anyone went through. I'm just happy to be in the final.
My heart is just beating crazy right now. Me and Christos and Mark earlier were just talking about how each one of us thought that the other would get through into the final, so it's unbelievable that it's actually worked out that way. What?
How wonderful to be going into the final with these 3. We've got fiery, angsty Christos. We've got a little bit of geometry with Mark. Then with Callum, we've got this sort of quiet, methodical approach. They're going to go back to their studios now, make something new for us, and then we've got the final on top of that. It's going to be great.